again, Grace Christian families. It's good to be back with you. We are so excited for the start of the new year coming just around the corner. We're just a few days out, and want to give you some information, get you ready. There's a lot to talk about, a lot to cover. This right here, what you're watching, would normally be the version of what you would see out of me, and my time would be with you during open house. We normally get together. I'm in the sanctuary right now here at Grace, and we'd have about 1,000 people in this room getting ready to launch into the new year. With safety considerations, obviously, we're just not able to do that this year. So here I am talking to you, and what I would normally cover just to kick off that evening is what I'm able to give to you here in a few minutes. It's been encouraging to see a lot of growth going on at Grace right now. We're being real selective on who's able to come in, but we have been able to start some new classrooms, and there's a lot of new families who are excited to be joining our Grace Christian School family. And I want to share this with you as we get ready to open. It has been an encouragement to see the amount of registered nurses, medical doctors, public school teachers, and administrators that have been enrolling their children in Grace Christian School. They've researched our reopening plan, our health technologies. They've really gone and put the work in and evaluating how we're going to do education moving forward, and they feel safe and comfortable of putting their children in this environment. Really, one of the cappers was last week we had a husband and wife with PhDs in immunology that enrolled their children into our school. So we do have a sense of confidence that we're on the right track in being open, and we're thrilled you're going to be able to be a part of that starting on Wednesday when we open. Now, for the open house itself, let me speak to it for a moment. We're going to be running 6 sessions alphabetically. We are restricting it just to one parent or adult. I'm sorry for that. We thought around maybe going to a virtual version of open house, but it's our commitment. It is absolutely important that at least your child, along with you with one parent, can come and see the classroom, see the desks and tables they'll be sitting at. We want you to be able to meet the teachers in person. So we will have in the classroom itself, as you have 45 minutes based on one of those 2 nights that you're able to come in for that time slot. And the information already went out there. So, but we will even within the classroom have some of the areas marked off where the teacher will be on kind of one side. We'll limit the parents few at a time that are coming in during those time slots on the other. I know a lot of times you just like to kind of rush on the teacher and you got 1,000 questions, but we are trying to create some distance within the classroom, even with the small modified number that'll be here that night. Also, uniforms and spirit wear. I've got a lot of questions about those coming in. Go to our website on the resource tab. Shop GCS is what you're looking for there. And another part about the open house that's really important is that we have got to have the handbook agreement form signed in return for you to attend and participate in the open house and to start school for your students. We've sent the handbooks out. You can print, sign, and scan, send it back to us. We'd love to get it that way, or you can bring a hard copy of it the night of. But we have got to have the signed handbook agreement form in our possession in order to do anything to start the year, and that even includes our open house. So please do your best to get that done. If we can help in any way, just let us know. Now, the first day is school, so Monday and Tuesday night we'll be doing open house. Then comes Wednesday. It's going to be a full day. We've had half days in the past, but starting on a Wednesday this year, we're going to be doing a full day. It's going to be drop-off only. I know in years past we've, again, started out in the sanctuary. Parents can come in. We just have to limit parent access, for now at least, to your cars. We'll be screening when you drop your children off. We're going to have all hands on deck with our staff. So I know a lot of you new students and younger students and moms, I know those kindergartners starting the day for the first time. It's a big deal, but we're going to take care of them. We will make sure they get right to where they're going. We are going to be putting a lot of new procedures in to the car line and the pickup and drop off. There's going to be new traffic patterns. You got to look for that. By open house, we'll be able to publish those things. But we're really trying to keep our students as kind of class by class and grade by grade together as we can, to keep from a big communal mixing, just for preventative measures here on the campus. So first day of school, just going to be a drop-off only, okay? We need you to check the times. We have made some modifications. Kindergarten and first grade this year they're going to be being released at 2:40. Second grade through 5th grade, same as last year, 2:55, and then middle school and high school releases at 3:05. With some of our growth and some of our new safety measures of keeping students more separated this year, we've got to make some changes to how we're doing the drop-off. So please honor the times that you're coming through car line. K and first, they're the first ones through at 2:40. If you've got siblings, you got a child in kindergarten or first, and maybe even a high school or middle school student at 3:05, we'll just keep them through. Just a few extra minutes there with our staff, and just pick up whatever the oldest grade is during that time. Scheduling, teachers. Who's my child's teacher? I know you're wondering this right now. What are the room assignments? We're going to be publishing those. You should have them by Monday, okay? They should be available even maybe this weekend by Monday in the RenWeb account that you have. Log on. You'll be able to find the room assignments definitely by Monday afternoon prior to open house. You'll be able to know what room and what teacher your child has. We're doing our best to get all our staff. We've got a lot of new staff that God has brought. Most of the returning staff is already coming back. We've never seen so much retention staffing-wise as from last year to this year. But God has blessed us with some new classrooms, some incredible new teachers. I'm excited for you guys to meet, and you'll find out your room assignments by Monday, and that'll be available through your RenWeb. Okay, so I'd also ask that when it comes to the middle school and high school electives, it is a complicated matrix, guys, with a lot of considerations. This is just in the new COVID era that things move a little bit slower. There's a lot of new intricacies to how we're managing students around our campus, how we're trying to provide safety and spacing as best we can. So I'm asking for some patience and a little more time. You will have the elective scheduling available and the registration available at least by open house, okay? For honors and dual enrollment, at least our in-house dual enrollment, that'll be available to be signed up for that first week of school. I know the community colleges, their dual enrollment has a more limited time frame. We're already taking sign-ups for that. If you have any questions, just give us a call here at the office and we can help you with that. All right, student health and safety. The Learn at Home model, we're excited about it. It is going to provide the opportunity to experience the live classroom from your house. So our first and foremost I'm asking of parents and students, if there are any symptoms that you're exhibiting, we're asking you to stay home. You're not going to miss out on a quality education. There's never been a form of education like this before. Even some of the best homeschool models, remote learning models, they have never offered before the live classroom experience with your peers, with your teachers that you know. But congestion, slight fevers. I know in days of old, we just take some Tylenol and moms, you got to send them to school. Mom's got to work. Look, those days are over now. With our nurses' oversight, we've really got to maintain that our campus stays healthy. So we are imploring you, stay home with any symptoms. We will work on, the ability to be present and counted present and active through the online model. It's really going to help us to be able to stay open as you honor that for us as best you can. An open school, which we're going to be, not a lot of those around these days. It only works if we have our families that are attending that are well and healthy. Now, here's one of the big questions, and you can find a more fleshed out explanation within our policies that have been released this week in the handbooks. But in the case of positive tests, and guys, it's going to happen. COVID has made its way here even to Lee County in the last few weeks. We've been looking around and seeing it affect now some more of our friends and neighbors than it has in months past. But when positive tests come, and there's probably no chance that it's not going to happen, it's going to be a part of our new way of life here and just what it means to be alive in 2020. But with a positive test, we'll be in communication with the Lee County Health Department. We will directly contact the families of the students in the class that the test was positive. We're not going to do mass communication. We don't need to tell second graders something that happened in a middle school class. That doesn't affect them. We're really able to run our campus in a way where there's not mixing and matching and communal engagement. We're able to limit a lot of that. But I'll be contacting directly families of the students in the class. Obviously, anybody with a positive test has to stay out off campus until they're cleared. And then we will also be able to do what's called isolating the class. We're already doing a version of that. We'll be able to ensure for the following 10 days the class can still stay open. You may choose once you get that call. It'll be a lot to kind of consider through when it's your first time. But you can make the decision if you want your child to learn from home through the online learning, still be available. The class will still be open. And we'll be what's called isolating the class and really ensuring that they're not coming in contact or in close range for long periods of time with other students on campus in different classes and age groups. So I just ask, please prepare yourself for it. Work it through your mind right now. This is all a part of being an open school in the COVID era. I got to admit, there's a lot about it I don't like. But I'll tell you, the converse of what we're doing and being open, I don't like that even worse. Whatever are the challenges and the setbacks and the fears and worries and admittedly the risks of having our children in an open school, having our children in isolation, absent from live education, from the social engagement with other students, the discipleship making process with born-again believers, that I'm more concerned for and that I'm more fearful for. We believe God has given us an opportunity, and we've got a track record of it. We've been open with hundreds of kids on campus since all this started in March, and God's been good to us, guys. We don't think he's going to stop once we bring more students on coming up in Wednesday. All right? Now, one last thing on this, budgetary considerations. And guys, I got to talk about money with you for a moment. The costs that have been involved since we started all of this in the spring, the costs of being open when we kick back open on Wednesday, the technology that has gone in to providing a one-to-one laptops for second grade and up, every student, working with tablets that are not the cheapos, but something that's a good product that'll get the job done for our kindergarten and first grade, building out our classrooms, creating infrastructure of Wi-Fi signals, the management and the tech, the staffing that has to go into the management of these technologies, the health and safety from the materials to the labor to the technologies and systems that have gone into what is required to screen, to treat, and to ensure a safe campus, to lower classroom sizes that we've done, to turn tables into isolated desks, and on and on and on. The cost has been exorbitant. And it's been a commitment that I've had to not put a mandatory price increase to try to offset those costs on the backs of our families. So what we're going to be doing this year to try to offset some of the costs, and look, we don't have tax dollars just flowing in every year. What we're able to do is completely through the tuition and fees and the donorship and the fundraising of what our families are letting the school operate off of. So this year, what we're going to be doing is reallocating this year's, what normally would have been fundraising dollars to go to different initiatives. We're really circling the wagons on that, and we're going to reallocate fundraising dollars from our typical fundraising activities to offset the health and the technology needs of being open in the COVID era. So it starts with the discount cards. If you've been with us for years past, you know this is the time of year. We're going to be mailing those out. We're going to be mailing out 15 discount cards per student, 35 max per family. They sell for $10 each. We're not taking them back this year, okay? So you have the option. You could just count it as a charge, and that covers the laptops, technology fee, health fee, but it gives you the option if you want to come to Sanford. I know a lot of you are 30 miles away, but listen, these cards sell great. They support local businesses. That's one of the biggest things as well. Just come spend an afternoon in Sanford, sell those discount cards, and help offset the school's cost of providing all these new resources and the ability to be open. Help us join in that with the discount cards. You can have your account billed in October if you just want to have it just be a charge, or you can just spend an afternoon, like I said, selling them off. Also, we're going to be doing our fall auctions and barbecue plate sales. We're still going to do a version of that. We can't have bouncy houses for Fall Festival, but we'll still be doing digital auctions and drive-through barbecue plates. It'll still be a great time and a great way to support the school. Our reverse raffle is still going. We've got about half the tickets sold. We're going to be picking that back up and doing but we've got to do it this year, whether it's a remote version or a takeout steak dinner. That's going to be a part of how we help offset the cost as well. Hey, a little bit of good news on this, students. We got an additional dress down day we're going to add to each month. So you'll get an extra day a month to bring a few dollars and be able to wear your normal clothes, non-uniform. I know students love it. Parents may cringe a little bit, but I know there's arguing in the mornings when they're trying to pick out non-uniform clothes. But it's going to be a great opportunity to help the school and give a little more freedom to the students. Another one, and this is beyond budgetary, Camp Dixie and Camp Willow for our middle school and high school families. Just out of safety concerns, and Camp Dixie has not reopened yet. We really were concerned of the ability to do overnight camps and retreats. We're going to reallocate funds that normally would have gone that way to help offset the cost of the health and technology needs of being open. But also, we're going to look for spiritual emphasis weeks to try to still deliver spiritual development, social connectivity amongst our students. It's such a special time for them. So we're going to try to recreate a week where students can really be engaged and try to get at least as much as they would have at the camps here on campus in some sort of special way. We're going to have to this year charge for yearbooks as well. So that'll come in the spring, and our yearbooks have been getting better than ever. Thank you, June Ryan, for all the work she's been putting into leading it. We figured they'll be well worth the price, but we'll have to be able to charge for those this year. And guys, and that's it. I hope that's not too much of a pill to swallow, and I hope you can know we have been working like never before. I've never been so impressed with an administrative staff, with a group of faculty. We've been meeting with them this week, over 40 teachers and administrators, support staff. They're all here today because they want to be with your children. It is 100% consensus that they want to be effective in educating and building up the next generation. And they admit they don't know how to do that online. They don't know how to do that by filming videos and sending out worksheets. They want to be with your kids. And we are so excited for Wednesday morning when it all starts, and seeing you at open house on Tuesday and Monday night. We'll see you then. God bless.